Hello guys, this is Kaishiro. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, we're going to cover top 5 rogue decks of April 2023 OCG format. So these are the decks that you should look out for if you are trying to compete against the meta without being very mainstream. These decks can definitely top on the current metagame format, and these decks can steal away games from the very best decks on the format. So without further ado, let's get started. Coming at number 5, we have Unchained. So Unchained is a very good budget deck right now on the format. They recently got their support from Duelist Nexus or DUNE with the Unchained Souls, buffing the deck to improve their consistency and overall ceiling. So this is a good deck that you can really get from a cheap value on the current prices of their cards. But the problem is, I think that Triple Tactics trust and talents are very detrimental against Unchained because Unchained will move a lot and have their effects on multiple occasions during the main phase and other phases of the game because they pop themselves to destroy and gain advantages. That's why trust and talents, which is very popular right now on everyone's main deck and side deck to answer meta decks such as Purely and Kashtira. So these cards can really hurt Unchained, and you can get outmaneuvered with this type of cards if you are playing Unchained. And also the problem of Unchained may be answered by Evenly Match because Evenly Match is a popular side deck card right now to break boards on the format. So Unchained cannot deal with this card because Unchained needs to pop their cards to gain card advantages, and Evenly Match will be very destructive against Unchained because this can banish their cards and will leave them without cards on their disposal. No cards at their disposal. So yeah, I think that Unchained have a very good stand on the meta, but they can be easily answered and countered with the current card pool on the current format. So it is only number 5 on this list. Coming at number 4, we have Altergase. So Altergase as well got their support from Duelist Nexus or DUNE. Altergase had quite number of inclusions on their monster lineup on the main deck with the support from DUNE and as well as their Link 4 from the extra deck that is also out from DUNE. I think that Altergase is a good rogue deck right now on the format because they can manage slower tempo decks like Vanquishol and Labyrinth. I pretty much think that Altergeist is the best grind game deck right now on the format because I have seen it within my own eyes. I'm playing Eldritch back then and I faced a pretty good Altergeist player and I got traumatized with Altergeist because the grind game of Altergeist is really insane. So that's why I think that Altergeist can answer slower paced decks like Vanquishol and Labyrinth on the format, and they can pretty much play all of the relevant pot cards right now such as Pot of Prosperity, Desires, and Extravagance. So they can boost their consistency, but I highly prefer to play Prosperity if you're playing Altergeist because you may want to conserve your best link monsters on the extra deck for grind games and times that you can finish your opponent with access code or your new link 4. So this deck can really combo now, and not they are not only a control deck like before. So yeah, Unchained Altergeist is a good rogue deck for me, but their problem is still the same. They can pretty much get wiped out with wiping cards such as Harpy's Feather Duster and Lightning Storm, and more importantly, Red Reboot is very massive against Altergeist. They can shove away from that kind of scenario from excluding the usual controlling traps from their main deck such as the Dimensional Barrier and Solemn Strike by playing hand traps such as Ghost Ogre and other relevant type of hand traps on the format. So yeah, I think that Altergeist is a very flexible deck right now on the format that can incorporate with control cards such as Solemn Strike and the Barrier into more of a mid-range type of deck that can play a lot of hand traps. So yeah, Altergase is my number 4 on this list. Coming at number 3, we have Tri-Brigade Lyrolus or LL Brigade. LL Brigade is a very good combo deck right now. I think that they are one of the best combo decks right now on the format. They can utilize the Harpy's Feather Storm, that is a VFD type of card that can skip the opponent's turn and win the game from the next turn, because this deck can easily OTK. It can also play conservatively around Maxi by just summoning double Dragon Lords with the Tri-Brigade monster effects, and can really push for games with Access Code and Nightwing Gale that can go into Zeus. So this deck can wipe the board, but more importantly, they have a very good and strong turn 1 board setup to obliterate the meta. So yeah, I think that LL Brigade is a pretty decent deck if you are looking for a combo deck right now on the format. And also, their side deck is pretty much not too shabby because they can play board breaking cards such as Lava Golem and Sphere Mode that can literally end the games for Adamantipator and Super Heavy Samurai and other combo decks right now on the format. So yeah, their side deck is pretty much versatile because they don't commit as much as other decks on their normal summon. That's why they can afford to play this type of cards. But the problem is they are a combo deck, so they can easily lose to the Dark Ruler no more and other combo decks as well, because Dark Ruler is pretty much common on the side deck of some people right now because of Adamantipator and Super Heavy Samurai. So yeah, my number 3 on this list is Lyrolus Tri-Brigade. Coming at number 2, we have Exo Sister. So Exo Sister recently got support from the Spirit Monsters that saw innovation on their main deck. They can pretty much play all of the Spirit Monsters, but the relevant ones are Sakitama and Aratama that can extend their plays and improve their resiliency as a deck. They can just normal summon any Exo Sister monster with their extra normal summon of any spirit monster, and they can go into Michaelis and start their plays. But more importantly, Exo Sister is a good deck because of the Marta, because Marta is very insane. It can be very advantageous for the Exo Sister, and Returnia is also very strong card because this deck can literally vanish 4 times in a single turn. Imagine saying that particular deck can vanish up to 4 times into a Yugi Boomer. They will lose their mind if you can say that to them. But with the current state of Exo Sister, they are rogue deck at best for me because aside from Tear Laments and Adamantipator, there are not so many graveyard-centric decks that are doing well on the format. That's why the success of Exo Sister before is quite factor from the success of Tear Laments and other graveyard-centric decks. So yeah, I only think that Exo Sister is a rogue deck at best right now. But they can still play turn-ending cards such as Dimension Shifter, because they don't care at the graveyard pretty much at all. And they have good matchups against Adamantipator and the after-mentioned Tear Laments. But an Exo Sister player can single-handedly lose against Nash Blossom on the Marta or Magnifica. So yeah, Exo Sister can be very prone against the popular hand traps right now on the format. So I don't rate them as much as before because I think that Exo Sister is only a rogue deck for the most part right now on the current format. So my number 2 on this list is Exo Sister. Coming at number 1, the most anticipated deck right now on the format and the hottest deck right now on the format, we have the Adventurer Synchron. So this deck saw massive resurgence right now on the few days after the Duelist Nexus release due to the Revolution Synchron that extended their ceiling on this deck. That card improved the resiliency and overall ceiling of the deck, and paired with Adventurer, they can pretty much extend and make boards easily with the token of Adventurer and the extending mechanics of Synchron that can put up monsters on their field. And Junk Speeder is also insane because resolving this card is pretty much game over for a lot of decks right now on the format, as it can put up multiple negates on their board. But the problem of Adventurer Synchron is they can lose to Forbidden Droplet, and as well as Nibiru, and they are very prone to Maxi as well, and a well-timed Infinite Impermanence or Effect Veiler on Junk Speeder is game over for them uh, for a couple of times. So yeah, I think that this deck is very good. This deck can pretty much bring out Barone and all of those generic synchro monsters that has negation effects. You can name them all, and Adventurer Synchron can summon them with ease. So I think that this deck has a very high ceiling. This deck can really put up some terrific monsters on their board and can easily OTK. But the problem is still the same. They can pretty much get screwed with the turn ending cards such as Droll and Lockbird also. That is very popular right now on the metagame. And cards like Maxi and Nibiru can really topple the deck on their choke points. So yeah, but I think that this deck has a lot of potential right now with the Revolution Synchron on their disposal. And this deck can only get better if the players can cope and experiment good deck lists that can consistently combat against the metagame and top meta decks right now. So yeah, round out. Coming at number 5, we have Unchained. At number 4, we have Altergase. At number 3, we have LL Brigade. And at number 2, we have Exo Sister. And at number 1, we have Adventurer Synchron. So thank you for watching this video, and hit the subscription button if you are not yet subscribed on this channel, and hit like if you like this kind of content. And see you on the next one. Peace. Been fighting with